In our increasingly digital world, people demand accessible, secure online services. Legacy security methods simply can't keep up. Complex passwords and clunky verifications frustrate users and hurt organizations' bottom lines. Meanwhile, fraudsters are getting smarter, even using AI to create deepfakes. So how can organizations be sure they're interacting with a genuine person in real time? With facial biometrics for remote identity verification. It's the most secure yet user-friendly way to verify identity. Iproov science-based facial biometrics assures an individual is the right person, the real person, authenticating right now. It works seamlessly on any device, prioritizes privacy, and meets the toughest security standards. That's why governments and organizations worldwide trust Iproov for the future of secure, effortless identity verification in a world of generative AI threats.
Hi everybody, I'm Nikhil Kamdar. I head up our global solution consultancy team. Today I'd like to talk to you about what Iproov is and what makes us unique. In particular, Iproov is a cloud-based facial biometric vendor where we offer remote onboarding and authentication technologies to customers specifically in the government and financial verticals. I'd like to begin with a very brief demonstration of a video where Iproov is being used for remote onboarding, where we capture a individual's identity document, in this case in the demo, a passport, and then the imagery and the data is passed into Iproov, ready for the remote liveness check, and then the result passed back. So just going into a bit more detail, let's run through this. So a mobile device is going to be used for the remote document imagery capture, which scanned the MRZ, the machine readable zone, which carries the encryption code for the NFC chip. The device is then used to scan the NFC chip in the document, which then decodes the information on the chip. The high quality image is then enrolled into Iproov, ready for an Iproov scan. So this is a 2.5 seconds of our dynamic liveness technology, which we are determining whether the remote individual is not only the one which matched the image on the identity document, but also is a remote, genuine human on the other end. So I'd like to show you a demonstration video of this, which is a live demo, and I'm going to enroll myself. So very similar process, but without the document capture. So this is purely the Iproov technology that I'll be showing. And here I can scan my face. So I'll scan my face, place the face in the oval. We have real-time feedback. And that was 2.5 seconds. So it's an extremely fast and quick process. It's analyzing my face, and you can see that the transaction has passed. Okay, so very quick, very simple, highly effective to use. So moving on to the next slide. Iproov operates, as I mentioned, in the cloud. We are a very security conscious organization, and we are very focused on science. We process just over 20 million transactions per month, and we do that in a way which is fully automated and in a way that we can analyze every single transaction that goes through our system for biometric threats. So for every single biometric transaction that runs through our system, it is automatically being checked for advanced biometric threats such as deepfakes and digital injection attacks, and the list goes on. If we do see a threat, this is then flagged to our science team for further investigation, and of course to either build out the algorithm further or even build additional algorithms to be able to mitigate that type of attack. So what trends have Iproov seen over 2023, for example? Every single year, Iproov releases a biometric threat intelligence report, and one of the highest trends that we have seen are face swaps. The reason that this has been so effective for bad actors is that it allows a bad actor to create unlimited synthetic identities, which can be applied to a bad actor's face and therefore applied to an identity verification system. Fundamentally, if a biometric remote authentication system does not have the ability to detect these types of attacks, there's a high chance that they will slip through the system. It takes very highly skilled engineers to be able to develop these forms of algorithms, which Iproov has, which of course are proprietary to us, which we are able to satisfy the requirements of high-risk transactional use cases, which typically banks and governments are using. Finally, there's a balance of performance, accessibility, and security when using the Iproov system. There's no point building a highly secure system if you cannot use it. So the first area, Iproov spends a lot of time around accessibility. For example, we are WCAG 2.2 AA and Section 508 accredited, which is fundamentally the gold standard for accessibility. So it doesn't matter whether an individual has disabilities, for example, photosensitivity, disabilities being able to follow instructions off a screen. And that is one of the biggest reasons why Iproov is passive. So you look at the device looks back, you're authenticated. Okay. And then finally, we are deviceless, meaning the fact that we are a cloud-based service and we are omni-channel. So that means you can then onboard using your mobile device and then authenticate on the web and vice versa. Moving on, we have a lot of work around bias mitigation. We have balanced data sets, or we use balanced data sets, meaning that age range is everything from 18 to 90, and the use of different ethnicities are being used to train our algorithms. We also do new component testing. So any new component or algorithm that goes into our system, they independently get validated and certified before it actually starts making decisions as part of the Iproov production system. We also undertake operational system testing as part of our strategy. And then finally, performance. The attempts to pass. It's 1.08 to 1.22 attempts to pass, typically versus 2.6 attempts for competitors. And likewise, our pass rates are over 98%, which are incredibly high for both native and web journeys. And then finally, we have processes for mitigations, for abandonment, for user abandonment, likewise for improving completion rate. So there's a number of ways that we do this, but one of the biggest ways for users is making sure that the process is passive and that we provide real-time feedback as part of the user journey. Thank you. That was a whistle-stop tour of the Iproov technology and overview, and I'd love to have any questions as next steps.
Thank you, Nick. Everyone, that was Nikhil Kamdar with Iproov, demonstrating their biometric solution suite. If you're interested in learning more about Iproov, go to iproov.com.